Okay, good morning. Welcome to
Fun Math number 52.
FunMath number 52. We are almost out of markers, so sorry this is in orange. It might be a little harder to see. And none of our markers are working. Hopefully we're going to get a new delivery today. Oh, actually this black one might be working. Okay. So the question is, what is the largest power of 18 that divides into 50 factorial? Okay, so we were talking about this type of question today. So how do you approach a question like this?
Well, we need to know how to make 18 from times.
Okay, how do we make 18? What is 18?
It's 2 times 3 squared.
Okay, so 18 equals 2 times 3 squared. Okay, so to find out how many 18s go into 50 factorial, what do we have to do?
How many 2's go into 50 factorial? And how many 9's go into 50?
Okay, so and how are we going to figure out how many 9's go into 50 factorial?
It's just how many 3 squareds.
How many 3's go into it, and then we'll divide by 2. Okay, so first of all, what does 50 factorial mean?
It means 50 times 49 times 48 times all the way down to times 3 times 2 times 1.
Okay, so do we want to multiply that out and then figure out the largest power of 2's and 3's? No, there's a neat little trick. So what do you do to figure out how many 2's go into 50 factorial?
We figure out the number of 2's, and the number of 4's, and the 8's, and the 16's, and the 32's.
Okay, so let's go. Here, actually, let me write. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and then that's going to be the last one, right? Because 64 doesn't go into 50 factorial. How many 2's go into 50 factorial?
25.
25. Okay, that's because every time you have a multiple of 2, you pick up a power of 2, right? So for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. But you also pick up an extra power of 2 every time you have a 4. So how many 4's go into 50 factorial? This gives us an extra power of 2.
Well, it's 6. We need to divide 25 by 2 and round down.
Okay, so why? Why do we need to divide 4 into 50 factorial? Into 50, I mean, but we've already divided 2 into 50, so we may as well just divide 2 into 25. And that gives us...
We need to do 6. No.
25 divided by 2 is not 6. Try again.
25 divided by 2 is 12.
It's 12 and a half, and then we round down. Okay, now, let's see how many 4's go. What's 4 times 12?
4 times 12 is 48.
48, so that's right. We get 12 4's up to 50. Okay, how many 8's do we get up to 50? What's the quick way to figure that out?
Just divide 12 by 2.
Divide 12 by 2, and you get...
6.
Hey, 6. And 6 times 8 is 48. So every time we have an 8, we pick up an extra 2 from the 2's and 4's. Now every time we have a 16, we also pick up an extra 2. How many 16's go into 50?
Divide 6 by 2, and it's 3.
3. And then how many 32's go in?
32's, there's only 1.
There's only 1. Okay, so how many total powers of 2? When we multiply out all the numbers up to 50, how many times do we get a 2?
Well, we'll have to add all this up. 17. So 30 plus 17 is 47.
Okay, so we get 47 2's. In other words, 2 to the 47th goes into 50 factorial. Now, did we add that up? Yeah, 10. This is 10.
Yeah.
So that's 22, 47. Okay, very good. All right, now we have to do the same thing for the 3's, right?
Yep.
So 3, 9, 27, that's going to be the largest power because 81 doesn't go into 50. Right, so how many 3's go into 50 factorial?
Well, 50 over 3 is what we need to figure out.
Yeah.
Which is...
That is...
Well, 15 times 3 is 45.
Yeah.
It's 48.
48 is the biggest number. So that's 3 times 16. Okay? So there's 16 multiples of 3 beneath 50. 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way up to 48. How many 9's are there?
Up to, there's 5 9's.
There's 5. You can divide 16 by 3 and round down, or you can just notice that 9 times 5 is
45.
45, and 9 times 6 is 54, so you get 5 9s. How many 27s do we get?
1.
1, and that's just
27.
27, okay? So how many 3's go into 50 factorial?
There's 22.
22. But we were really looking for 3 squareds. How
So
many?
there's 11.
So there's 11 3 squareds. So when we factor 50 factorial into primes, 50 factorial, we know that it equals 2 to the 47th times 3 squared to the 11th times a bunch of other primes, right?
Yep.
So how many powers of 18 can we make with 2's and 3 squareds?
Well, we need. We can make 11.
We can make 11. We don't run out of 2's.
Yeah, but we run out of 3
We
squares.
run out of 3 squareds. Okay? So whatever's smaller is the one you run out of first. So in other words, 18 to the 11th divides into 50 factorial. Now this is pretty cool for a couple of reasons. Number one is, do you know what 18 to the 11th is?
No.
How many times have I told you to multiply your 11th powers? Ah! Okay, we don't know what 18 to the 11th is. Do you know what 50 factorial is?
No.
Really? I've told, oh, okay. So we don't know what either one of these numbers is. We have no idea,
Yeah.
right? If 50 factorial walked in our front door right now, we wouldn't even know, right?
Yeah.
It'd probably take a long time because it's a big number. But we do know that 18 to the 11th goes into 50 factorial, and we also know that 18 to the 12th does not go into 50 factorial because we don't have enough 3's.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. This is a very neat thing about math and numbers, and this is why this is in this number theory book. You can learn a lot about numbers that you don't even know about just by factoring them into primes and figuring stuff out like this. Pretty cool, right?
Yep.
All right, good job today, sweetie.